Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Ryan Lathan. I am the manager of marketing and communications here at Fort Worth Opera. We are absolutely Fort Worth Opera. We are absolutely thrilled to be hosting the brilliant, the wise, and immensely talented soprano Jennifer Rowley this summer for a series of 8 masterclasses, beginning with today's exciting inaugural session. Congratulations to Robin Clifford, Melanie Spector, Anna Pflieger, Kate Pomrenke, and Zuly Inirio. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here today to share your gifts with us. Please, everyone, remember to turn off your video so it doesn't distract your fellow auditors or our singers. And if you have any questions for us, just please type them in the little chat box on the side. And I'll be happy to share them with you.
No, I want turn their video back on. I want to see everybody.
Turn them on? Okay, fabulous.
Yes, because this will be very interactive. People are going to want to try things and I'm going to want to watch them.
Let's try them. Let's experiment. That's exciting.
Love it.
Okay, so without further ado, internationally renowned soprano Jennifer Rowley.
Hi, guys. Hi. Can everyone just make sure that their mics are muted? I would love your video on because I love looking through and seeing all of you, but the mic's muted for sure, especially while people are singing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am so excited for this first class. Thank you to Ryan and everybody at the Fort Worth Opera family. You guys have been amazing. This is an incredible thing. I cannot believe we get to do this in light of all of the craziness happening in the world and everything being canceled and closed, that we can actually come together, we can make music, we can sing, we can learn, and I'm just so thrilled to have all you here. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And thank you to all of you for being here, all of you who applied. I see a ton of people on here that have applications in that are being considered for future classes as well, so that's exciting. Guys, this is going to be so much fun. Singers are going to come on. We're going to do in order of Robin, then Melanie, then Anna, then Kate, then Zuly. Singers are going to come on. Please announce your name, your age, and the piece you're going to sing. Everybody's going to use pre-recorded accompaniment, and then we're going to work together. I'm at the piano here. You can't see it, but we're here. We'll work together, and this masterclass is going to focus on vocal technique. I chose these 5 singers because they're super talented. They're all very different. We have high coloratura, we've got dramatic coloratura, we've got lyric soprano, we've got a big dramatic soprano voice, amazing, and a big dramatic mezzo. And I'm just super excited to work with all of you. So everything that you're going to hear today is going to be very science-based. I love science. I love voice science. I love the larynx and the body and how it works and all of that stuff. So everything that we're going to do today is going to be very scientifically based. I don't do anything by like imagery. It's just not a thing for me. So if there is something that I say that is confusing to you, please shoot a question into the chat and Ryan will monitor all of those questions and we will answer questions in between each singer as well as at the end. And at the end, you can ask questions about anything you want. We will also, if the singers need to warm up, they're going to shut their videos off so that they can warm up at their house. No, won't distract anybody. We will be recording this class, and this class will be available again online at the Fort Worth Opera Masterclass website. So if there's something you want to watch back, you can go there and watch it again. If you're a singer, you want to invite people to watch you, please feel free to do so. Observers, please definitely feel free to shoot up any questions in the chat. We will be monitoring it. You can ask whatever you want towards the end. If something is confusing or whatever in between, we'll take a couple of questions as well. Please do follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We will have different videos of people singing from this class especially. We'll put up videos and you'll have announcements for the next several classes. And I'm excited to announce to all of you, you get the first choice of auditors for next week. And next week's class will feature David Lomeli, who is the casting director from Dallas Opera, as well as the Bayerische Staatsoper in Munich. He's going to be talking to us about casting from both sides of the table because he used to be a tenor. So we will have a full new class of singers. It will be completely new information. And you guys get to know that first before we announce it on Monday. So if you want to audit that class, shoot an email to masterclass@fwopera.org, and you will be the first in line to be auditors for next week's class. So without further of me talking, we are going to start with Robin Clifford. Yay! Ryan, can you unmute Robin?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Great. Thank you for having me. My name is Robin Clifford. I'm 28 years old, and I will be singing Ach ich Fuse. Ich will's, es ist ich will der Liebe Glück. Ich will der
Brava. Brava. Everyone is clapping. I know you can't hear them, but everyone's clapping. Brava, bravissima. You have a beautiful voice. I love the color. It's really gorgeous and rich and full, and it's really stunning. From your manual that you sent in, I hear that you have also a very high extension, which is fabulous. I want to work on two things with you.
Okay.
Number one, I don't know if everybody could see in their video, but you have this beautifully expressive, gorgeous face. And I see these eyebrows going up all the time. So the eyebrows, a lot of people do it, right? It's kind of like a placing, controlling type of thing. What it actually is it's a symptom that the body is actually not connected enough to support and pressurize the vocal fold movement without some sort of local control. So really what it is you trying to control the sound rather than relying on a deep connection into the body to do that for you. So all we have to do is hook up down into the body a little bit more, and those eyebrows will come right down, no problem. Now, yes, of course, if you're doing something expressive and you want to put the eyebrows up, that's one thing. But if the eyebrows are constantly up, it tells me that the body's just not quite connected all the way down. Second thing I want to encourage you is to really sing the difference between the open and the closed vowels. The reason being, Mozart in particular, I find it in bel canto music as well, he makes it easier to sing where he places the words. So for example, the big run going up to the B of B flat is on Herzen, it's an open F. So he gets you open on the bottom for the place that you need for that high B flat. If you sing Herzen, your larynx is actually placed too high for it to be able to tilt and elongate the vocal folds for the B flat. And so then we don't get that clean B flat that he really wants you to have. If you start with that open vowel, then you're already set in that open, beautiful space that you need for the high B flat. The same thing with coloratura repertoire like Manon. Massenet places the vowels perfectly for that high coloratura. He never gives you a closed vowel to go up there because he knows you need the space. Same thing with Mozart. So I want to encourage you to really differentiate the difference between the open E's, the closed E's, the open O's, and the closed O's. And this will also help you in the middle voice. So for example, when he does so wird du im Tode sein, it's all on G, B flat, G, A, B flat, which is very hard for a coloratura soprano to get over the orchestra in that range of your voice. So he gives you closed vowels. What closed vowels do is close the fold completely all the way in the back, so you can actually use the resonance and the acoustical sound to spin the voice over the orchestra rather than having to push any air at it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if you're singing the exact open and closed vowels, Mozart's helping you get over that orchestra. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. Are you in your bedroom right now?
I'm in my roommate's bedroom.
Okay. Can you go in one of her drawers and see if she has a pair of leggings or a pair of nylons or like a exercise band or something like that?
You know, I do in my room.
Run. Run. We're gonna try to get Robin into the back. So everybody that's on teacher and non-teacher, this is a physical therapy band. Rubber, you can use a pair of leggings, you can use a pair of nylons if you don't have a physical therapy band. But this gives enough tension that you will be able to train the body. Oh yes, love it. Okay, so I'm using a physical therapy band, and I mean, this is $4 on Amazon, right? They're literally the things that you use at the physical therapist's office to like stretch and build muscles and things like that, okay? So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna stand up so I can show you this, as long as I don't pull my setup over doing it. All right, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna line up the physical therapy band underneath the ribs, right where the diaphragm would connect in the front, okay? And what we're gonna do is pull this way in order to create a sensation of pressure and tension in the back. So you're gonna feel it in the connection where the diaphragm is connected on the back part of the ribs. Especially for people who are small like you don't expand all that much in the front, and that's great. So you have to use the muscles of the back in order to create the air compression, right? So you can use the oblique muscle, which is attached in the front underneath the rib, but you can also use the lat muscle in the back, all right? So what happens is, if we're just doing a simple exercise, you put it here and you pull. And that's gonna get you that low connection. That's gonna get those eyebrows out of the way, okay? Can you try for me just on that exercise? have twice as much sound already. Yeah, and I see no eyebrows moving. Okay, so it's really locking into that lower part of the back. The diaphragm is a disc, all right? It's connected to the bottom of the lungs, and it really runs through the entire body underneath the rib cage. Well, there's ribs in the back, so it's connected in the back. And we want to use that connection as the diaphragm contracts as you inhale. Use the connection to the back as that compressor muscle, yeah? Then you're like, you literally are gonna feel like you're like sitting on your back and you're like, ooh, I got this. It's gonna feel so good. All right, so start from the beginning and just sort of every time you take a breath, just give it a little tension, okay? So, Good, now try to let those eyebrows go, all right? Trust the body is gonna do it for you and try to let those go. One more time. Stunning, stunning. You feel that? Then the legato is like, and that's what we want in any music, in bel canto, in Mozart, in Verdi, in whatever. The legato is the most important part because that resonance and that support underneath is what's going to take you over the orchestra and into the house. All right? Bravissima. Now, in the next phrase, the first vowel is evish. It's closed. Okay? So try to use, you know the French little Y vowel?
Yeah.
The E. Try to start with that. Try to evish because the little Y is the perfect chiaroscuro vowel. It has a low larynx for the U and bright resonance for the E. So if you start evishin, you've got this nice low relaxed larynx, but also with the placement of the evish. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Try. Yes, and then dir is the same. Dir liebe Glück. You can leave it in that little Y position. Sorry, dir lieb. And then the same thing in the high register. Ibish. Not you don't need that much space.
Yeah.
Just ibish, and get down into the body to do it. Pull that band. E. Same thing. Stunning, stunning. You understand what I'm saying? So then the body is connected and you can actually sing pure vowels without having to modify so much. You can use that ewig, der Liebe, because the larynx is lowered and it's in a position to tilt and pull the folds closed. You don't need to ewig, you don't have to do it. Yeah, try that one more time. Der Liebe. Stunning, stunning. You understand? You feel that? And you feel how the back's got you then, right? You feel like you're like, oh, yes, I got it. Okay, good. Go on. Nimmer is open. Nimmer, nimmer. So nice and relaxed. Nimmer kommt ihr wohne Stunden, yeah? And you see on the transition into the chest voice on the E flat, he gives you a closed vowel. Far more easy to transition as a coloratura down there with a closed vowel than an open vowel. So say Stunden and keep it in a U position, and then you're perfectly closed and beautiful. Yeah, nimmer. Stunning. Meinem. Okay, so that's an open vowel. Meinem Herzen. Yeah, so really get the breath going because it takes more spin of air to sing open. Meinem Herzen mir is closed. Meinem Herzen mir zurück. Yeah, so try. Meinem Herzen. Huh? Brava, meinem Herzen. Then you see you're already open for the top on the bottom.
Yeah,
He gives you that. So you don't have to think about that hey that being too high in the larynx because he sets you up perfectly. Ma, it's all open. It's all a bit, and then when you do the coloratura, it's already open for you. He did that for you. This is, I'm not giving you something new. He did that for you. Yeah. So keep the breath moving through those open vowels because it really does take more spin of air to keep it open and not use these to do it. Yeah. Use the body. Yeah. Meinem Herzen one more time. Huh? Mo. Huh? And then it's so much easier, right? Now, as a coloratura, you have to learn to isolate the diaphragm just a little bit for those staccati up there, right? So each of those little bop, bop, bop gets a little pull on the band as you're training yourself to sing. So when you do the so it's a super clean onset, fully closed fold every single time. And you do that. See how it's going out? Exactly. You use the band and it's going to train the muscles to do exactly what you want it to do. Try that one more time. That was gorgeous. Bravissima. Bravissima. Now, challenge. Try to decrescendo it as you go up. In order to decrescendo, you just use a little bit more spin in the air, not as much pressure, and you change the shape of the vowel just a little bit. So as we decrescendo, we need to change the shape to a little more closed E. So you just change the shape of the mouth just a little bit, and it won't let as much sound come out. You don't have to grab anything. You don't have to do anything here. It's exactly the same space. Just change the shape of the vowel just a little bit. Try one more time. That was stunning. Brava, bravissima, bravissima. Yeah, you understand? So it just goes up into a smaller space, that's all. It's the same shape here, no eyebrows on the body. It's just a smaller shape in the back. Yes? Brava. Next page. Z tamino, very close, Z. And you can use that little Y. Z tamino. Yeah, try. You can even go more close. Z. Z. You can keep it forward. And then the same thing. Diese. Yeah, try. Sorry. Fließen. Good. Keep that band moving. Dir. Now, fühlst du nicht is open and wonderful because it's on an E flat. So, fühlst du nicht, dir liebe Sehnen, close back up. Ja, fühlst du nicht. Brava, dir liebe. Now, these are closed. So wird Ru, so wird Ru im Tode sein. And they're all in the middle voice. So thank you, Mozart, so much for the closed vowel in the middle voice to get all that frontal resonance for us to go over the orchestra. Yeah? So very close. So wird Ru im Tode sein. All closed. So. Pull. Stunning. Yeah, you feel that? Then everything's nice and lined up in legato, right in that middle voice for you. Yeah? Good. To get a few stunish and open that. And then they all go closed. Thankfully, in the middle voice again on the B natural. Yeah? He's just so smart. Stunish. Feel? Brava, fierce Tunish, Della. Now close it back up again. Zoo. Two. So all of that is middle voice. We're not even up to the passaggio and every single vowel is closed. Yes? So really get into that legato. Get that band moving, spin, 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 and keep that all lined up in those little closed happy vowels. Try one more time. Zoo. Pull. Bravo. Oh no, we muted. Hold on. Ryan, can you unmute her? There we go. Perfect. Are you there?
That's not a bad sign, right?
There we go. No, that's great. Okay, so you do. Now, this should really be floated. So he gives you an oo vowel. So sing oo, right? And just float it right on up there on a beautiful oo vowel. Just, I mean, really beautiful and high and stunning and pretty and rounded oo. Try. Brava, you can do it quieter, I think. Try. Just change the shape of the vowel. It doesn't have to be so big. Keep it very closed and forward. And just let it spin, 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 spin. Brava. Pull the band. Im tu. Brava, pull. Pull, im. And now you have breath for days. Yeah. Yes. Bravissima, Robin. Incredible. You understand everything that we just did? You can recreate, get your pantyhose out, or buy one of these fabulous, I mean, literally $4. Just put in physical therapy band on Amazon and you'll get the same feeling. Any strength is fine. Robin, bravissima. Bravissima. Everybody applaud. I know you can't hear everyone, but they're all applauding.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Bravissima, bravissima. Thank you, honey. Okay, let's find Miss Melanie. Where is she?
I'm right here.
Yay!
Move some stuff. There we go.
Okay. Oh, I see you now. I see you now. Great. Hi, Melanie.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? I'm good, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Okay. Introduce and we'll get started.
Okay. Well, hello. I'm Melanie Spector. I'm 22 years old, and I will sing O Zittre nicht from Die Zauberflöte.
Fabulous.
O
amazing. Yes, amazing.
Yes.
Bravissima. I can't believe you're 22 years old. That's crazy. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to find you in the queue here. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Can you unmute her, Ryan?
Yes, I can. I don't know.
Thank you. I don't know what happened either. It doesn't matter. Okay. Melanie, freaking awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Freaking awesome. I can't believe you're 22 years old. I die. I can't.
Oh.
You're amazing. For sure, you're doing the right repertoire. For sure, loving it. Can't wait to hear you sing Costanza. I die for you. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the thing. I want that super fabulous clarity that you have from F up to B flat through the whole range. Okay, what's happening is the larynx is placed about an inch too high, and it's sort of being held there because you are lifting your chin a lot, especially in the middle voice. So everyone, here's our happy larynx. Okay, this is what your larynx looks like in your throat. It sits right here. Okay, this is the thyroid cartilage that you feel. Everybody can do it. Touch your thyroid cartilage. It's the big, huge cartilage that's in the throat right here. Okay, yes, awesome, fabulous. Up above that, there is a space. Okay, and then there is a bone, hyoid bone. Okay, everybody take two, for Melanie, you too. Take your hands on the big fatty thyroid cartilage, move it up and find that little space in between the bone and the thyroid cartilage. Feel that? Now take a nice yawn and go, oh.
Oh.
There we go. It goes down, right? You okay? Now, if you keep your chin down and your neck long in the back, it goes down by itself. Okay? Try to do it, raise your neck, raise your chin up, and now try to move it down. It makes it much more difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So we want it to sit, nice and loose right down there, okay? So what happens is, I'm gonna open it up. Behind the notch, which everybody has, it's on boys, it's much more prominent than girls, but you have the notch. Underneath that notch, that's where the vocal folds sit. You can see them sitting right in there, okay? Can you see? Yeah? All right. Those vocal folds have to elongate in order to hit higher pitches, okay? So it's like a string instrument when the violinist has to move the fingers up the string in order to make the really high pitches. You have to get that elongation. Same thing happens with the folds, especially in order to get clean upper pitches. We have to elongate the folds all the way and close the gap in the back. And so what I'm hearing in the middle voice is a gap at the back, which is allowing air to come through, which is, it's just gonna make you tired, right? You close that gap, you're never gonna be tired because no air is escaping and you don't have to work so hard, okay? So I wanna challenge you to keep that chin down, okay? I don't know where you have your iPad placed. You might be putting your head up in order
I think
to.
that was part of the issue.
But listen, it's the same thing happens in an opera house too. You stand at the stage at the Met, you look up and you're like, oh my God. And then you sing like this and the larynx then isn't allowed to tilt. It's not allowed to drop. Men, this is even more important for all of you because you guys have to turn the voice at a certain point in order to get up into the top. The turn we talk about for basses, baritones, it's literally the tilt of the larynx. That's what it is. So if you're teaching someone to turn, you have to teach them to lower the larynx and tilt to get the folds all the way together. So Melanie, take the sides of the larynx here. Make sure it's staying in a neutrally low position. Neck is long in the back and just give for me. And isolate that diaphragm for each of the staccati. Try. Brava. Now, go with the little Y that we talked about with Robin. E, because what happens when we say E, like vertical, horizontal E, we get a raised larynx. If we go ooh with a little bit of ooh in it, that larynx goes down by itself. Try that for me. Does everyone hear the difference in that? Yes? No air. Zero. That is full vocal fold closure, and you don't have to do anything to get it but tilt that larynx. That's it. And there's nothing to do to tilt the larynx except release the muscles of the throat wide and allow it to lower and anchor. That's it. You don't have to do anything different with the breath. You don't have to do anything with your face, nothing. All you have to do is allow it, when you inhale, to go down, okay? So yours is just, that's right, Melanie. That's right. Try one more time, a little higher. Brava. Now, on the oo vowel, isolate that diaphragm so I get really, really clean, completely closed folds. So, nice and clean, completely closed. Try. Keep that larynx down. You just became 30 years old. The voice just doubled in size. And now you are 30 instead of 22. Okay? That's literally all it is. It's a very, very small change. It's literally a fingertips worth of space and a fingertips worth of lowering here in the throat. That's it. I don't want you to depress it. There's no tongue action, nothing like that. The larynx is held on the sides, you can see here, okay, by this big fatty muscle right here. We hate this muscle. He's the mean one that grabs and like, right? Right. This muscle is connected to the sternum, the clavicle, and the jaw. It's called the sternocleidomastoid. If this guy is clenched like this, you're in trouble.
Okay.
This has to widen in order to allow the larynx, watch, to go down. They have to widen, okay? So if you can think wide and low, we'll never hear air in the middle voice ever. So try tumleiden for me. With that nice and low and relaxed. Try. I have no more air. Bravissima. Yay. Fantastic. Yes. Now, also with the breath, yes, try to get into that back a little bit. If you have a band or a pair of pantyhose, grab. If not, yes. Okay, great. Okay. Great. So you guys see and you hear, you're able to hear when that larynx is allowed to lower naturally, those folds come together all the way. And what we want for everyone is full vocal cord closure all the time. That's the healthiest way to sing. If there's any sort of air coming through, you cause yourself dryness. Dryness causes blisters and nodules and polyps and horrible things. It's like running the fan belt in a car with no oil, yeah? No lubrication. So we have to zip those cords closed all the time, or else we run the risk of the possibility of injury in the future. Does that make sense? Okay, so get them closed. Now I want you to pull. Start from tumleiden and pull it the whole way. Okay. And get that back to engage because it's going to help you so much with all that coloratura too. Amazing. Then mine, you feel how it's like, oh, I'm so open and free now. Yeah. Fabulous. Then mine talk. Go ahead. Really stretch it, girl. Get into that bag. Den meine Tochter findet mich. You should feel like you have endless breath. Okay. Yes, good. Then meine. Now Now it's there. Oh. Good. Now nice and legato. Durchsiegen all mein Glück. Awesome. Lower that larynx just a little bit. Durch. Feel it in the breath. Breathe for the oo vowel. And then leave it alone. Don't let it come up. Yeah. Durch. Vor, durch. Amazing, Melanie. Eine Bö. Melanie, that's fantastic. That's where you have to go. Huh?
It feels so much better. It's just
Of course it feels better. It's free. It's free. It's free from laryngeal tension. And not that you have a lot of tension, because you don't. It just is sitting like this much too high. That's all. When it's allowed to lower, we get the freedom of the vocal folds to close all the way. And the legato can just pour out of an open, beautiful space. Now, go to the coloratura section. It's the same idea. Now I challenge you, and I challenge everyone. Coloratura is not made with the jaw. Coloratura is made with the brain and thinking the notes that are coming up and the action of the vocal folds moving. That's it. And spitting air. It's not made here. So when you have zo-zai-zi-da, it's an ah vowel, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the jaw only goes zo-zai-zi-da. There's no movement.
Oh my God.
And I have a much bigger voice than yours. So if I can do it, you can do it, right? Okay? So I want you now, you can put the band down for a second, because you're going to feel a different thing happening in the breath in just a minute. But I want you to try, and just rest your hand very gently, chin down, neck long in the back. Rest your hand very gently on that jaw and leave it alone. And the body is going to kick in because you're not controlling it with the jaw or the throat or anything else. No local control, only air pressure. That's it. Try. Und für dich als Sieger singen. So sei sie da. Hello. You don't need that jaw.
You're right.
You don't need it. I promise you. Now, when we do the high ba beep, 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 then we have to change the space, right? Because when we're going over into the whistle register and we've got the C sharp, the D, the E flat, the F, it's actually less space in the mouth. It's more space in the throat. It's a high soft palate. So the throat and the soft palate are working in opposition. One's going this way and the soft palate's going this way. So it's this feeling, right? Exactly. So when we go over that, it's not the wide open B flat that we have. It's the highness is in the back. The mouth shape is smaller, right? All right. So you have to change the space. You get the jaw movement for everything above C natural. All right. So when you do ba ba da 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 da, that's open. Then ba 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 da da, open. Ba 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 da 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 da. Then it can go into that high position. I call it the happy coloratura place. Okay, it's the high position, and that's right. It's the high position in the back, low space in the throat. It kind of feels like a rectangle right there.
Yeah.
You feel that? Yes? Brava. Do zo-zai-zi-da one more time. Oh, and I want to challenge you. Diaphragmatic motion on the staccati. Try not to control it with the throat. So you're doing, I'm gonna stand up so you can see. It's all being moved from here. Okay? No throat, no jaw. Okay? Try. Sorry. Zozai. Zozai zidan.
Zozai zidan.
Open. Open. That's it. I die for you. That's the happy coloratura place right there. So you get that on C sharp and above.
Okay.
Okay? Try again. Ba ba da 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 da. Now leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now I challenge you to hold the F.
Okay.
We've all heard Katie Lewick be crazy and hold that F.
I literally just had a voice lesson with her yesterday.
Amazing. We love her. She is in my opinion, she's the best queen of the night that's out there right now. She's incredible.
Honestly, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Amazing. We actually have a fun story together. I was a coloratura too. I sang Queen of the Night for years.
I remember you said that, yeah.
Insane. So I studied with Rita Shane, and Rita Shane was a teacher at Eastman for a long time. Amazing dramatic coloratura soprano, incredible. And Katie was studying with somebody else at Eastman, and her teacher said, hey, listen, I don't know how to teach you to do those high notes. Go see Rita. And Rita, in like one lesson, taught her the happy coloratura place. And then she was popping out Fs like crazy. And I mean, really seriously, her E flat, and F are the best of the business. No one has high notes like that. They are insane. And she has this beautiful color through the middle. So I challenge you.
Okay. All right.
It's the same place. It's that high happy coloratura space, but then you have to spin the air through it.
Okay.
Yes? So all of this coloratura, especially when you're doing it just is air, body, 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 body.
Yeah.
Yes? Try. So you did. Do the next one. Open. I die. Do you see everyone on the video going like this?
Oh, wait, I'll go to gallery view.
If it is open, right? We're not worthy. I see you. If it is open, it's free to do those things, and it's not going to tax you in any way.
Right.
And it will be open on the very bottom and on the very top. If I had you do, this will be a small touch difficult, but you can do it. Low D to high D, 2 octaves.
Okay.
Same space on the bottom as on the top. Don't move the jaw. Try. All you have to do is move air. That's it.
Yeah.
Open and move the air. You can do it on the F too. Try. I die. Amazing. Okay, so that's all you have to do, and literally that becomes a tool for you when the larynx is allowed to be free.
Yes.
And it's not being held just an inch too high. That's it. That's the science of it, and there's nothing else. I mean, really, and it's just moving air and leaving it open.
Yeah.
Bravissima. Bravissima. Please continue to work in that direction, because that was amazing.
Thank you. I will.
Amazing. Everyone's applauding. I know you can't hear them, but they are applauding. I see them all. Fabulous, Melanie. Bravissima, bravissima. Does anyone have a question that they want to shoot up into the chat? Or Ryan, does somebody have a question that you want to ask before we go to Anna?
At the moment, I don't see anything.
Okay. Anybody, do you want to ask any questions before we go on to the next singer, or is everybody good? Everybody hold thumbs up if we're good, or pop up a question quickly if we need to ask a question. Yes, yes. Okay, I don't see anybody. So, Anna, are you there? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Where are you? I see you now. Good, good, very good.
Can you see me okay?
I can see you. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, let me get my Trovatore score. Uh-oh.
Thank you so much for having me. This is such an amazing opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Exciting. All right.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself, and we'll get started.
My name is Anna Pflieger, and I'm 31 years old. That stays here amongst friends. I'm a dramatic mezzo-soprano, and I'll be singing Stride la Vampa from Verdi's Il Trovatore.
What? What's up? Okay. Okay.
Good to go?
Okay, we're ready. Yeah. Yes. Amazing.
Well, Verdi in the morning over here.
I love it. Anna, where are you that you're in the morning?
I'm in Los Angeles, and this is
gosh, yeah, you are. Girlfriend, fabulous, amazing. Of course, this is the perfect repertoire for you. I want to hear all the things. It's really fantastic. Really, this literally is going to change your world in very, very simple step. You also have the larynx that just like this much too high. just this much. The body's working for you. Everything is looking great. We just need to relax you in just a little bit, okay? It's just lowering and finding a happy position in the throat at all times for you. Also, as we go into the chest and up into the E flat, E, F, G area of the voice, the secondo passaggio, I want you to think about deepening those vowels. They're gonna go more towards but we are gonna understand that beautiful Italian pronunciation you have because you've got it well placed forward. So we're gonna understand everything. We're just gonna change the shape of the throat, all right?
It felt a little shallow too over here.
It really, the second verse was a bit better than the first, but if it's early, it's early. Let me give you an exercise to try to help you find it, okay? On a we, you're gonna go we into like full open find your man voice, okay? So
it's
we
my strong woman voice.
yes we nice and open. Try. Good girl.
How do I
Now,
turn on that bottom note there?
You're doing just fine. There's no need to even think about a turn. Just deepen the vowel. Take your hand and just check right underneath the notch of the larynx as you get down there and make sure it's sitting nice and low. Try.
Okay. I think it's itching up still if that's what happened.
Try your Yeah, that one. That's fabulous. There. One more. We are. Love it.
Hello, Jennifer.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Okay, now from that happy low position. Nothing changes for you.
Okay.
It's just deep and low and open and fabulous the whole way up, the whole way down. Try. Brava. Try for me and move a little faster. It'll help you.
Okay.
So 2 octaves. Do the we for me first. We just to find that low place. Brava. Except I want arpeggios. So so 1 3 5 8 5 3 8 5 3. Yeah, try. Except on the top, I saw you grab and raise.
I know.
What I want you to do is opposite. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to deepen into the top instead of reach up to the top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So try this for me. And I want you to think oh on the top note.
Okay.
That's the direction. That's the direction. Try again. And deepen on the top. I just saw Robin's face go, whoa. Brava, same thing, deepen on the top. exciting. Love it. One more. Same thing. Don't change any space. Oh. Incredible. That's the space for the whole aria. I love that we have Shanley is applauding. She's like, whoa, I love it. Bravissima. That's the space for the aria. So when you start, la vampa, not vampa, but vampa. Try, yeah, you're gonna feel this space. Story de la vampa, story de la vampa. Try. That's the one.
Okay.
That's the one. You feel that? It gets so low and anchored. We need these muscles right in here to anchor the base of the larynx for us, especially with the big voices. We have to think about these big fat muscles widening and allowing the larynx to lower and anchor right here at the base between the two big fatty muscles. Will do that for you. So if you're doing story, what is it? That sucker don't move. He stays, she's right there. That's it. Try again. Stride. Amazing. Brava. Now I want some chest voice. Yes. Yes. It's the same open space as everything else. You just open down into it.
Okay.
Exciting. I love it. Corre a quel fuoco. Open. Good, except go down into the let it go down and anchor rather than too bright. Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes. And this is just yeah.
Everyone.
Is your new best friend because
Love it.
So here's what happens. Shape in the throat allows this to tilt and be anchored. But then what happens is the back of the pharynx back here is allowed to be open all the time. When that's open, there are two ventricles back in the back on the sides of the soft palate that open. When those open, the voice, the sound can then go up through those two ventricles into the sinus cavity, into the head, and conduct off the bones of all that space up there. That's how we get the pure Italian vowels. We get that from up here, from that resonance. The O space gives you the color for this role. Listen to Anita Rashvelishvili. That voice is in all the time. All the time. But we understand her Italian perfectly beautifully because when it is open in the pharynx, the voice is allowed to come up and resonate in that bright, vibrant space without you kind of taking it and squeezing it in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We wanted to allow it to go there.
If I can ask a question.
Absolutely.
I don't want to say anchoring, but in the top, if you're utilizing that open vowel and throat space with a low larynx, I know when we're in a lower middle chest, we can feel like we're anchored and holding on, but do you feel like it just gently lowers the larynx, or there's a way to kind of also hook in deeper outside of diaphragmatic work in the top?
Of course. It's called connecting to your hoo-ha.
I used to work with Carol Nebla, and she'd say, like, bounce that on the floor. And I was like, okay,
yes,
so
the floor.
Get down. Okay.
I'm sorry for the boys on the call right now, but women, you know what I'm going to say. It's going to feel like a Kegel that goes opposite. So instead of a Kegel exercise that goes up, it's a Kegel that goes down, and it sits on the pelvic floor. For the boys on the call, it feels like when you are just trying to get the little bit of pee out, the last little bit, it's that low in the body. That's what I'm told. I obviously haven't experienced that, but that's what I'm told for the boys.
Personal,
Okay. Yeah. But listen, your instrument goes from the pelvic floor to the top of your head. It's the whole body. That's why singers are called singing athletes all the time, because you should be sweating singing this music because your body is working. This, nothing, not tired, relaxed, open, free. The body working hard. Yes? So when you go up into the G's, it's the same space with a deeper connection. Yes? Try urli. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, amazing. In. She. Do. Do. Good. Don't go into the nose for donna. Yes, and really extend that so. I want to hear that. Yes, I want to hear all that. Yes, good. See? Amazing. Down. Good. So when you do the fiamma, deepen the vowel to fiamma, 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 fiamma. Yes, fiamma. It's gonna listen. It's a very simple shift. It's just deepen and deepen into the body. That's it. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take you a minute, but you're doing amazing. Amazing. Everybody on the call is like, ah! It's awesome. Okay, do one more time. La terra fiamma. La terra fiamma. Fiamma, fiamma, fiamma. Try that. You feel that?
Honestly, once I started doing it repeatedly, everything aligned and my larynx is just staying down.
That's right. That's right. And then what happens is when the larynx is free and everything is open, the voice goes in and out of the registers by itself. You don't have to think about turning. You don't have to think about moving, shifting, gathering, none of that stuff. It's literally, chest to head. There's no, one thing. If it's free, the voice will registrate by itself. Yes, amazing. Do the arche, and really give me some chest. Now, queso. I mean, don't you feel like you're like a monster right now?
Not at all.
It's like,
I feel comfortable.
It's coming out like insanity. It's wonderful. Of course you feel comfortable because your body's doing it instead of here. Yes, go forward. The second time through. Starida. A little more chest on that F sharp. You can do it. You can have chest on F sharp in your voice type. Yes, yes, yes. Just a little bit. There we go. Ne. I'm really sure that one. That one. Yes, that one. You feel the difference? You feel the difference between the two?
It's night and day.
Yeah. One we stretch to do. One we stretch down. The other is a little bit pushed up, and actually it's a little sharp too. Yeah. Oh, keep it down. Yes. Good. 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 Grrr. Now use that grrr to bark it up. Grrr, 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 with the schwa on the bottom. That's it. Girl. It's awesome.
Getting there.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Thank
Fabulous, fabulous. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand it. It's practice and repetition.
Of course, but do you understand it enough that you can recreate it on your own?
Absolutely, because it's simple and it's
Fabulous, fabulous. It's literally just science. It's just, that's it.
Okay.
Good girl. Let's go forward. Oh, one thing I did want to say. When you do gri, that was awesome. Then come back down pianissimo. Di morte nei mari, then explode again. Lo. Yeah. So we have the forte gri, grido veloce. Di morte di. Then lo. So we have that big explosion. A little bit less big explosion again. You want to try that?
Sure.
Gri, gri. Use the gri. Now explode left. Now there is my sinistra. Si. Nota. Go up for that. La tetrafia, la tetrafia. So not la tetrafia, la tetrafia. So keep that. Yes, that's right. La tetra. Now straight up open. Bravissima. Now do it with your chin down. No chins. I die.
That was so much easier. Thank you.
Of course it's going to be easier, honey, because the larynx is allowed to be free and loose and low and amazing. And it's just, I mean, you just have to
like get low before I practice. Like
yeah, get low. But you know, this exercise, try to get this exercise coming out of the chest voice. Because you start in the chest voice in a perfect position. Don't move it. For you, it's the perfect exercise. It'll anchor the larynx in the chest, and then you can just go up from there.
All right, great.
Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Make that your exercise every single day for life. I do it, I'm not kidding you, I do it every single day. And I do it all the way up to like E flat, but you can stop at, you know, A natural, B flat, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
Really
one last
connected.
question. In
Yes,
regards to like top extension, would you apply the same
Exactly the
principle,
same.
or just still turn and implement?
So
Just keep it
exactly the same up until B flat.
Okay.
So for female voices, we have a shift that happens at C and C sharp. Okay. For coloratura like Melanie, she's gonna flip over to whistle at C sharp. Okay. For bigger voices like yours, dramatic sopranos, our shift sort of starts at B flat. So you're full and open to B flat. You're gonna feel a shift between A flat and A, but that's because the A flat really stays anchored like where the F is. The A natural needs a little more vertical space. The B flat is in that big space. B natural is when you're gonna start to have to find the happy coloratura place.
That's exactly where I flip. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you did, do this for me. It's nice and anchored. The top is the A flat. Try. Now do what we just did. Try. That's the one now. When you go to the A natural, you just need a little more vertical space.
Okay.
B flat, same space. Now, B natural is just a higher, placement in the back by the soft palate. And then the same happens for C. Try the C. That's it. It's the same space. It's just a little more space in the back underneath the soft palate. It has to, the soft palate has to raise like Happy Coloratura plays at C sharp.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cutting, Shanley, it's cutting out because her voice is so huge, it's blowing the mic. I love it. No, it's fabulous. Don't worry. I can hear still. It's fine. Really, my love, this is the thing. This right here is the thing that is going to move you the next step in your career. You are insanely talented. You have a ginormous instrument. The world needs you, but we need you with the lowered larynx, please.
I will get it low. Jennifer,
Please, honey, and low connection in the body, because really you are insanely talented, and I want to see you singing this all over the world. I really do.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
And we need your, honey, we need your omneris, and we need
I'm
your
working on
eboli, and we need all the things. Okay.
It's coming.
Bravissima, Anna. Bravissima.
Grazie
Amazing.
mille. Grazie.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Anybody want to ask a question? How low can you go? I can go very low. It's the same place. For low voices, it's exactly the same place. So this is the A flat. We are G. We are F sharp. We are. It's the same place until the voice is done, right? But that's an F sharp. I don't even need an F sharp. No rolls take me down to F sharp. Yes, it's exactly the same for countertenors too. It's the same for every single voice. Countertenors, your voice works exactly the same as the soprano voice does, except you guys have more of a larger shift between your A flat and your A. So basically your A flat as a countertenor to your A natural is what our high C and C sharp is. That's where your kind of flip into your whistle register happens. And countertenors have plenty of chest voice you can use. It's exactly the same throat space. There's no changing. You don't have to change. If it's open and free, the voice will registrate on its own. If you take anything away from this class, if the throat is open and free, the larynx is free and low, the voice will registrate on its own. The vocal folds come together because of air. That's it. Air brings them, it sucks them together, okay? The larynx tilts to elongate them to make higher pitches. It tilts back up to make shorter pitches. So if you're a bass and you're going down, it's going to elongate to make those really low pitches. And in the middle of the voice, it's going to be in a neutral position. Sopranos, neutral position. As you go up, it's going to tilt down. Tenors, same exact thing. Tenor turn from like F sharp. Your turn is literally the tilt of the larynx. That's it. It's we all futz around and grab and try to locally control because it's safe. It feels so much better to be able to say, I got it, I got control. But actually, let me tell you, if you can get your back to have the control, if you can get the oblique muscles and the lat muscles of the back to control the voice, you will be happier in your life. I promise you. Then we have no tension here. We have no tension here. We have no eyebrows. We have no neck tension, nothing like that. The big muscle groups of the body are doing the work. Does that make sense? Everybody nodding heads? Yes. I saw another question I wanted to answer. Hold on a second. Let me check this chat. Where's that chat? Okay. Can you elaborate on happy coloratura? I am a coloratura and sometimes think, yes, yes, yes. Okay. So listen, happy coloratura, here's the thing. As we go up, like I said, the larynx has to tilt to elongate the folds. For the coloraturas, we must close the back. The back is very hard to close because it's the place that actually gets the most swollen if you have allergies or reflux or postnasal drip or anything like that. The back kind of teeny tiny space back here, that's the place that gets the most swollen. And that's the place you have to close all the way, okay? For those higher notes, you're going to use less space in order to allow the larynx to tilt more and pull those vocal folds closed at the back. So it's not less space in the throat because it's actually going deeper. It's less space in the mouth because it becomes kind of a square to rectangular shape. So if I can demonstrate, this is B natural. Actually, let me do B flat. B flat, lyric soprano's happy place, right? Nice and open. Same space. B natural is gonna get a little higher in the soft palate. Okay, C natural, same thing, a little higher in the soft palate. And that's as open as possible. High C is open, open, open. Now, watch what I do with my mouth as I turn into the C sharp. I go smaller here and higher back there. So you can't see, but the soft palate is actually going, it's flipping. I don't know if you can see it. It's going up higher. The space in the mouth gets smaller. The larynx stays low. So this is going down, this is going up, and this is just remaining in a neutral kind of smiled position. Okay? So again, C natural. C sharp. It's high back there, low here, and a little smaller here. D, even more closed. It goes into a higher kind of behind the nose sort of position. It's very small and sounds very small in the head. That high position back there, that's the happy coloratura place. Yes, please put thumbs up if we if we got what it is. I know that is a kind of a roundabout explanation, but that's where we have to go to. Does that make sense? Guys, it's different. Guys, it's different. Tenors, however, if we've got tenors on the class, tenors is the same. Tenors have a break, a passaggio from A flat and A natural, but we need to turn sooner. So if you're doing this exercise, tenors, and you're going up to A natural, you need to start your turn on the bottom. So you're already turned over. So you don't have to try to shift and turn in the middle, okay? Tenors between C and C sharp, you also have to find the happy coloratura place. It's a little different for you, but it is that still same smaller opening in the mouth, higher position in the soft palate, still lower in the throat. So the tenors on the call, it's the same, except you guys have to turn a little bit earlier. Women can keep it open through that secondo passaggio. Tenors, you're gonna have to start your turn in order to open up into the top. Baritones, you guys are a completely different world. Basses, you guys are a different world. So tenors, you can learn from this conversation. Basses, go get a drink. But for basses, you can learn, though, that going down into the chest voice for women is the same as you going down into your extreme low. You don't want to close those. You want to open them, and you want to stretch them like Anna was doing as she was going down into the chest voice. For basses, it's the same feeling. It's that same open, stretched feeling. Okay? Yes, rocking, awesome. Shall we move on to Miss Kate? Where is Miss Kate? I find you. There she is. I see her.
Hello.
Hi, honey. Hi.
Hi. Okay, so my name is Kate Pomrenke, and I'm 26 years old, and today I will be singing My Darling Jim from Glory Denied by Tom Pflieger.
Bravo.
My darling Jim, today was gorgeous outside, temperatures in the 40s, not real cold, but the except in the front, where the sun never hits. The girls come to your picture every day, and at just outside. Not real cold. Oh, the syndrome outward. Except right in front, where the sun never hits.
Brava. Brava. Brava, brava. I love
Thank
your
you.
voice. It has such beautiful, thank you guys. You're awesome. Okay, wait, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Okay. I love the color of your voice. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I really, I want to encourage you to use it more.
Okay.
So when I listened to your pre-screening video, I love the color of your voice. It's just so stunning, and it stood out at me. And then I was kind of looking over your resume, and I was seeing things that I was confused about.
Okay.
Because I hear your voice as a much bigger voice than the repertoire I think you're singing.
Okay. Interesting.
Have you heard that before?
I've heard it from a few people, yes. I think it just, the way I look and the way that I sing get sort of mixed up sometimes with opinions from different, yeah.
You're a stunning girl. You're absolutely beautiful. We can move you into bigger repertoire.
Okay.
We don't need to worry about it. You've got all of this beautiful space and color. I think, like Anna, we can deepen some of the vowels and really the strengths a bit, and a different voice is going to come out.
Okay.
It's sort of being held in a box. And I know that feeling because I did that feeling for 10 years of my career and held the voice in a box, and it doesn't want to be. It wants to come out. And you're 26, 27?
26.
So it's time. Let's let it go. Yes? Can you
Okay.
I have this here. Can you do it just for me? Just try to get this in the throat. And just do it for me. Nice and remove the right?
Okay.
That's the sound I want through everything. Go up a half step and try to think for me. As you go up. Just to anchor that larynx a little more.
Okay.
Now do you feel the body activate?
Yes.
You feel your back, right? You're like, oh, I saw you do it. You were like,
yes.
That's nice. Okay. Now a little more vertical space.
Okay.
Now a little more open. All it takes is a slight shift down of the larynx, and we hear a completely different voice. So I am hearing Arabella. I am hearing Rusalka. I am hearing maybe Elsa in Lohengrin. I'm hearing go on the edge of the bigger side of the lyric Fach.
Okay.
Because really, and your voice has such a gorgeous color. Try some of those Renee Fleming Slavic / Germanic roles when she was towards the end of her career and she was doing Capriccio and Arabella and those amazing, beautifully German roles.
Okay.
You have that voice.
Okay.
You do. And you don't need to hold it into the Musetta box anymore.
Okay.
She's not there anymore.
All right.
The repertoire will show you, I promise. But I really think if you looked at like Song to the Moon, you would find like a whole different side of yourself that you'd be like, oh my God, my life. It'd be amazing.
Okay.
But
I would love to look at that.
Yes, you should. You 1000% should. Let's look at this, my darling Jim, and go into this place where we have the high G, F sharp, and let's try. He gives you a perfect vowel, night. So let's try to find night. So the girls, and nice and loose. The girl. It's gonna feel sloppy and open and weird. I promise.
Okay.
Try the girls. I mean, do you see all the shaking heads on the video? It's a slight tilt down. It's just this, it's this much. But
Okay.
that activates your body because you've released a little bit of hold in the throat, and then the body is allowed to move that air for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's stunning. Again, it's gonna feel lazy, but it's right.
Okay.
And now get that vowel. 1 second. Deepen that G as you want to crescendo it, right? So don't pull back this way. Actually go this way. And let's see, it's a, and just deepen the vowel. Don't push any air at it. Don't grab it. Just think a more open, deeper instead of nai. Because nai raises the larynx, but night lowers the larynx.
Okay.
Yeah? Try. Deepen. There we go. And then we get to the vibrato the whole way through. Yes, that's what we want. That's the sparkle and champagne on the top of the lyric soprano voice. We want that. We want that even at the vibrato. Okay, now do it one more time. Deepen into the G and then continue on for the F sharps.
Okay.
No. Deepen. Brava. You can go a little bit more and say pleurs, a little more relaxed in that E vowel up there. They say pleurs. Keep your daddy safe. Just keep it nice and lazy back there. Try.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Do that one more time. They say that way.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. Listen, this medium is ridiculous. However, I love that I can work with all of you on it. There's going to be a technical difficulty or two as we go. Who cares? It's fine. We're all here to learn, so I'm learning too.
Okay.
Okay? So they say nice and high. I die. It's amazing. Yes? So they say, please keep your daddy safe. They say, please keep your daddy safe. Just keep some behind all of that. There we go. They say, amazing. Sorry. Please keep our daddy safe. Please keep our daddy safe. Now you hear how much sound we have in the lower primo passaggio?
Yeah.
It's because it's open and free. Yes? Allow that voice to come out, girlfriend. It wants to. It's awesome. Good. My darling Jim, let's go forward. Ma, my darling. Brava. Today was a gorgeous. Amazing. And then you have breath forever because it's free and it's not being wasted in the throat. Amazing. Do you feel the difference in that?
Yes, it is much easier.
And I see you. I mean, because I can see your whole body. I see you like feeling that back. And I love that because that back's going to save you. Those muscles back there, when you feel like crap, when you have your period, when you broke up with your boyfriend, when you didn't sleep last night, those muscles back there become your safety net. And anytime the folds are swollen or tired or anything like that, you can leave this alone and allow those back muscles, those lat muscles to do that job for you. And it will make your life so much easier, I promise.
Okay.
Free and open and get into that back. Good girl. Let's see, not real cold. Just think no, no.
No.
Do you know what else? I hear Susanna right now. Yes, girl. I want Ain't It a Pretty Night like yesterday. It's gorgeous. Good. All the snow. Oh, the snow. Do you guys hear how her voice just registered down into the chest all by itself? She didn't have to do anything. No moving, no changing, no nothing. That was stunning. Yes? Are you okay over there?
Yes.
Good. Except right in front. Except right in front. Now, where the saw. Brava. Now, if you want a decrescendo, that A flat, change the shape of the vowel to oo. Okay. So keep it open. What's the notes before it? Sorry. Where the sun. Where the so, and come to an oo place here. To crescendo and decrescendo, every single voice type. Change the shape of the vowel. Don't take air away. Don't push air at it. Don't grab. Don't do anything like that. Change the shape of the vowel here in the mouth. Keep this low and loose. Go from so. We're gonna hear sun, and then we're gonna get a nice loaded, happy, beautiful A flat, and then guess what? You're gonna sing Desdemona, and everything's gonna be happy and light.
Okay.
Where the sun?
Where the sun never hits.
I die. I just like had a tear. That was gorgeous. You understand what you did?
Yeah, I need to work on it, but yeah.
Of course. I mean, of course you have to work on it. You can do exercises every day this way. So I'll give you an exercise for mezzo di voce, literally, is changing the shape of the vowel over a certain number of beats. Okay? So count to 6 crescendo, count to 6 decrescendo. Every day. Start with an deepen it to crescendo it, bring it back to to decrescendo. I'll show you. Mezzo di voce. All I did was change the shape of the vowel. I didn't change the breath pressure. I didn't grab in the throat. Nothing. We go to o, back to u. Count to 6 going forward and count to 6 coming back off. Try.
Okay.
Deepen. Bravissima. Understand?
Yeah.
Every single day, all the way up and down the range, even B flat, B and C.
Okay.
You can do them on every single note, every day, mezzo di voces. And literally you can count in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that'll help you get a really nice, even mezzo di voce that grows and comes back at exactly the same amount of pressure and the same kind of degradation of the sound forward and backward. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Kate. Amazing.
Thank you.
The voice is stunning, really stunning.
Thank
Now I challenge you to let it out.
Okay.
Let the beast come out.
Okay.
She wants to. And really, go to Renee Fleming's full lyrics of Fall Down a Rabbit Hole. Get that full lyric soprano, Susanna, Arabella, all that, Rusalka, that beautiful full lyric repertoire for you. Get out of the soubrette coloratura land.
Okay.
Your voice don't want to live there anymore.
Okay.
It wants to be in happy lyric land.
Okay, that's very exciting. So
it doesn't mean you lose the coloratura. I mean, I sing plenty of coloratura repertoire, but instead of singing Lucia, maybe you look at Anna Bolena instead, because it's a fuck bigger, and it's going to make you feel happier in your throat than Lucia is going to make you feel.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, and it's very exciting. So
I'm excited for you. I can't wait to hear it. I really can. But I mean, please send me when you get a YouTube video or something of something in the bigger Fach. I want to hear, because I think I'm right. I think I'm right.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, and then people can be like, no, you're really crazy, Jen. But I'm not wrong about this one.
All right.
All right. Bravissima, Kate. Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Fabulous work. Somebody have a question. I thought I saw one going on up here. Hold on a second. Let me just look. Are there any physical exercises you do to relax and strengthen your back muscles? Yes. So back muscles, amazing, happy place. We love them, and you do want to strengthen them. Anything in the gym where the machine goes like this, okay? So you know the machine where you kind of, you spread your legs and you sit with your chest against the back of the chair. Then the bars are in front of you and you go like this with it. I think it's like a butterfly machine. Amazing for the back muscle. Anything that rows. So anything where you sit on a machine and you pull this way, because pulling, let's see, hold on. I'm like limited with my little cord here, but anything that pulls this way is strengthening this back here. So any machines that do this, anything that upward rows like this is going to strengthen the back. Anything where you lean over and row this way is going to strengthen the back. If you can't go to the gym, this is your friend. This band is your friend. You can put this, let's see if I can get far enough back. You can put this, hold on, I'm gonna take this off. Put this under your foot and pull this way, so you're going this way. And you're strengthening here, okay? Anything that strengthens the sides of the back, the lats, the delts, all that stuff is really great for you. Anything where you're pulling this way, that's working all of those muscles back there. Yoga is amazing for the back. Not only does yoga release everything, but it also strengthens everything. Also with yoga, it keeps you breathing through all of the exercises. Really listen, you know, if you're doing like a YouTube video online or something like that, listen to the instructor when she says to coordinate the movements with the breath. It's going to keep the throat loose so that if you're doing downward dog and she tells you to inhale, inhale. And when you go down, exhale, and you come back up, inhale. All of those motions keep the throat loose when you're exercising, even if you're lifting weights. And it's fine to lift weights, but you must keep the throat loose. If you're lifting weights and you're doing harm. You're doing harm. You're doing harm to your singing and you're doing harm to your cords, right? So if you're this way and you're doing biceps and it's too heavy and you're going like this, you're doing harm. Even if you're doing wonderful things for your body, you're doing harm to here. So you have to think, if you're gonna do bicep curl, and you have to breathe with every single exercise. Ekaterina, push-ups, spine, crunches, no crunches. No Pilates, no crunches, because Pilates and crunches build the abdominal muscles tight and held in. And in order to sing, you must release. The diaphragm only has one action. It only does one thing. It is the muscle of inhalation. It sits like this. The ribs are here. It sits here. It goes like that. That's it. So that is a downward release. If you are building the stomach muscles underneath, all the diaphragm can do is this. And that puts a rigidity in your singing and in the buoyancy of what your body can actually do to compress the air. You can do things like yoga, which build the inner core. You can do exercises that build the lower part of the core. You can do those, the exercises where you put your legs straight and you lift the legs up and down. Don't tighten the abs right underneath the diaphragm. Work the lower part of the core, because the lower part of the core, that's what you're going to connect to when you go up to those high notes. But if you start doing crunches and tightening up those muscles underneath the diaphragm cannot do fully what it's supposed to do. The lungs are attached on the top of the diaphragm. The diaphragm pulls the lungs down, so you have more surface area to bring in air. The air then is compressed by the muscles underneath it and allowed to pass through the folds at the rate of speed they need to keep them vibrating at a consistent speed. If you start tightening stomach muscles, the air will not compress the same way. It'll compress tightly and you'll get a flutter in your vibrato, or you'll get a wobble. So the two things will cause the air to pass by the air will pass by the folds in an inconsistent motion, and we will hear it out here in the vibrato. Does that make sense? So no Pilates, no crunchies. Sorry. Build your core a different way. Build it through yoga. Yoga is amazing for your core. Build your core by lifting weights in a good way, in a loose way, but don't crunch that core, because it's not good for singers. No matter how fit and awesome you want to look in your bikini, trust me, your voice is more important. Okay? Brava, great question. Zuly, where are you? I have to find her now. There she is. Hi, honey. Ryan, can you unmute Zuly there?
Hello.
Hi, girl.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Okay, introduce yourself and then we'll get started.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Zuly Inirio, and I am 35 years old, and I am going to sing Pace Pace Mio Dio.
Fabulous. And just move back so that I can see like your abdomen from like the hip up, okay? Fabulous. Thank you.
And then I'll do
Perfect.
this.
That's great. Thank you.
But I gotta press play. And then I'll
Okay.
move back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Brava. Bravissima. I hope you can see everyone applauding you on the camera because really fabulous, honey. Really fabulous. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So first of all, you're wonderful. Your voice is absolutely stunning. I'm so happy to work with you. I love your dress. You look amazing. I listened to your High Priestess on YouTube. Gorgeous. I cannot wait to hear your Aida. I want to change the thought, the position of where the voice is coming out of.
Okay.
Right now, first of all, I think the voice is huge, right? There's more. There's more. And it's sort of being held up in a position kind of like this, where it's coming out here, but it doesn't have that part. Okay. So it's got all this, you have amazing, beautifully gorgeous resonance. You can do a lot with the dynamics, which is fabulous. I want you to connect down like Anna had to. Okay. So it's a bit of a lowered position, more space in the pharynx. So the pharynx is the back part of the throat where the soft palate is connected and goes down. The reason for that being, if the pharynx is open, we open up space to allow the voice to go vertically up without feeling like we have to kind of place it into a frontal position. Okay. Exactly. So take 2 fingers for me. Put them in between your back molars. Like that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You feel that? Uh-huh. I want the voice to come out of that space. And what I'm seeing is it coming out a little bit like this, a little square. I want more vertical, more depth of sound. Okay? You understand? So take your 2 fingers in between those back teeth there and just do the pace for me. So start the pa, like we just talked about with the mezzo di voce, deepen the vowel and then bring it back. So pa, and leave that pharynx open. What this is going to do is lower the larynx for you and open up the space in the back. So put the fingers there, and feel the connection deepen that way. Try. I just died. Oh my God, that was so great. You understand? It's a very small shift. Yeah. It's a very small shift, but it switches the idea of the voice going up and out to down and out. Okay. Stunning. So when you start the next pace, start it from pace. It still sounds like pace, the bright Italian ah, but it has this verticality underneath it and the pharynx stays open. Okay. Try it. Pace. Oh. Down. Oh. Oh. The voice just doubled in size. it just doubled in size. It has so much more color, and I'm hearing more of it. I know it's a silly, small, little thing, but just to open down gives me unbelievable. Ekaterina, yes, more for less, exactly. So it's less work and way more sound.
Yeah, and it feels
Yeah.
much more organic.
Organic, wonderful. Low, anchored, I want you to feel that anchoring right down here. So you feel, Good. Now start from cruda. Cruda sventura. Everything has that vertical underneath it. Try.
Okay.
Okay, now try again. Crudo instead of cruda, because cruda lifts the larynx up. So try crudo, crudo sventura, crudo sventura, crudo sventura. Try.
Crudo
And that too. So instead of thinking mea, think meo. Meo.
Okay.
Do it one more time. Crudas ventu, crudos ventu, crudos ventu. You can put
Okay.
your fingers here to check the space. Come. Now, a little bit more. Come was gorgeous. Come di primo da tan ni dura, and just exactly. Leave it open. It's going to feel like too much space for right now, because you're used to holding it a little bit too closed, and so it's gonna feel very lazy and very dumb.
Okay.
The tongue will be free, the diction will come forward, and everything will be happy back here. Yeah?
Yes.
I'm sorry, come. Come.
Okay.
Come. And then I get natural chest voice coming into that. So we're getting like a 60-40 mix of chest and head, and it's naturally coming in instead of having to make anything happen.
Right.
Do you feel the difference in that?
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds
much
awesome.
more.
Back to the second pace and really pa. Amazing. I'm laughing because there's so much sound coming out, and I love it, and we need it. We need it. If you want us to get the Met, you gotta have all that sound coming out. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Do again, pace, because that was awesome. Pace. Yes. And leave it there. Lama. Yes, it's awesome. Keep going. Keep going. You are in the right place now, girl.
Okay.
Valore cotando e di olor no. Now keep this together. Now that it's open, you'll have the air to do that because the air is not being stopped by the closed space here. Yes? tanto il dolor no che la mia ancora. More. Good, but this time with no breath.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Double k, but no breath. Use that lorno, future tense. Grow through that lorno with 2 Ks, but no breath. Try again.
Okay.
Kota. Love it. Ne togliermi dal co. Now, don't be afraid of that chest voice. You're 35, you get to use it. I would not say that for a 25-year-old, but let's not be afraid of it now at 35, yeah? So you do. Get that nice and open, same as the top. Try ne togliermi dal cuore. And enjoy that. There's nothing in the orchestra that says you have to move fast.
Okay.
There's a half note under you. So enjoy the double M. And then you can go.
Okay.
Verdi. Enjoy that chest voice. He gave you that double M in order to get you in there.
Yeah.
Use that M to hum in it and then lower the larynx from there and stretch into it. Imma. Now, fata, nice and open, fata, I die. Amazing.
Oh.
Amazing. Do you understand the difference? Yes.
Yes.
LOL. I also had to turn down my speaker, Julia. Amazing. Your new happy space is the underneath it and a little more space in the pharynx.
Okay.
That's it. Again, it's a slight modification, but we get a beast, and we want that beast. We do, because in order to sing these roles, the orchestra is huge. This aria, the orchestra is huge. The orchestra is huge, especially maledizione. Yeah. So we need that, and we don't want you pushing over it. You don't need to push over it.
Yeah.
Allow the science to do the work for you.
Right.
And then you'll never be tired in your career. You'll never feel vocal strain.
Right.
You just allow the science to do it, allow the body to do the work. This stays open. Yeah?
Right.
Good. Try fatalita again. That was awesome. Fata. Brava. Okay, now go to In van la pace. Now keep all of this. In van la pace. We spell questo. Nice and open, and really accentuate those rhythms. It's agiatissimo, so it's very agitated, very rhythmic, very marcato. When Verdi writes these awesome it's the angst of that character, and so use that thing, and it'll keep the breath moving for you too. Get your fingers in here just to find that space. Il va. You can go down even more. Go a a little bit deeper into the G flat. Into this way, because it's not so high for you, so you don't have to go up too high. Not too high a space for it, basically.
Okay.
Go more vertical, more anchored instead of thinking up. Yeah.
Okay.
Brava. Now I want some chest voice there. Yeah, you can use just on the F. So the G sharp or the G flat. You can use the chest voice, you're old enough.
Okay.
Yes. Support it with air and open that throat. Try it.
Okay.
In mezzo in head voice, and then the F in chest. Incredible. That's the perfect mix of chest right there. Fabulous. In van la ba. Now, instead of thinking in van la ba this way, think of in van la ba. And don't say pa, say b. In van la ba. Trust me, we will all hear P. But
Okay.
the b, the p raises the larynx, the b lowers the larynx. So you go in van la bo, yeah? Try. In van la bo, in van la bo. So much more connected to the body that way.
Yeah.
So much more. And you understand how that B, it just boop, it goes down. If you say p, 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 it goes up. Boop, 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 it goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do it again. That was awesome. Do that again. Imba, imba, la, bo, imbo, bo, bo. I die. And then you have breath forever. Brava, bravissima, bravissima. Now let's do the maledizione, yeah? So we do chi profanare ardisce sacro loco, maledizione, 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 maledizione. Then hold it. Maledizione, maledizione. So maledizione, one, maledizione, and it's not dizione, it's dizia. Yes?
Okay.
Promise you dizione is going to raise the larynx. Dizio, we're going to hear maledizione. Nobody's going to care. It's a B flat. Open that sucker up. Yes? So maledizione and nice close. Maledizione, 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 maledizione. One. Maledizione. That way. Try.
Okay. Wait a second, that's a little shallow. Maledizione. Love the high note, want to fix the F. Yes? So maledizione, nice and covered and closed. Zione, maledizione, then maledizio. Maledizio. And really think zio, with kind of a closed lip like this. Zio, 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 and then maledicio from there. Can you do one more time? Brava, brava. Open at the very beginning. Don't check to see if it's going to be there. Yes, I know it's scary. I know. But try maledizione, maledizione. Use the ch to, yes. The consonant
is kind of like a diving board, right? You have to go down on a diving board in order to come up, right?
Right.
So think of the chup to actually activate chup chup in the body. Malady chup, malady chup, malady chup, malady chup, and then go down that way from there.
Okay.
Try one more time. Last time I promise. Maledizione. Good. Open. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Do you see everyone applauding? Amazing. Amazing. So Zuly, it's the same thing for you as for Anna. It's just that slight shift. It's a slight shift of lower larynx. It's a slight shift of more open pharynx.
Okay.
So that all of this is open and free, and the body can be allowed to work and do what it needs to do.
Okay.
Yes? Incredible. Incredible, fabulous work. Thank you. We'll do amazing. Let's do a couple of questions and then we will close it out for the day. Let me look over here at the chat, see. Okay, what do we say about, when do you say that she is old enough to use the chest voice as much as she wants? Is it dangerous for a younger singer to use the chest? Yes, it is. So here's the deal with chest voice, men and women. The chest voice has to be in the same place as the head voice, all right? For women, your true organic chest voice does not come in until your hormones change in your late 20s and early 30s. So for me, women, every 7 years, your hormones change. It's a thing. Look it up on the internet. It's a thing, okay? For me, my hormones changed right at 28, 29, okay? I, however, wanted to fight that change. I didn't want to go into the bigger repertoire that was clearly coming because I was like, no, I'm a coloratura. That's what I'm going to do. At 30, I could not fight that change anymore. One day I woke up and it was like, whoa, and I had this huge chest voice I didn't know what to do with, okay? It comes in by itself. A lot of people, especially younger people who like musical theater, will try to push on that chest voice to get that belt sound, right? I love the belt. I love musical theater, love it. But if your voice actually wasn't made to do that, you can hurt yourself and give yourself a lot of swelling doing that because you're actually holding the larynx in a high position in order to create this straight toned belting musical theater sound, okay? That's not the position for opera singing. So if in your younger years, to get the chest voice out, you have to press on it, it's not right. So that's why I say younger singers don't use the chest yet. Wait until it comes in naturally and is even and works like the rest of the voice does. Because this is not helping anyone. But this, you can sing like that forever. It's open, it's free, it's supported with air, the vocal folds are moving. The other way is a manufactured sound. And what can happen is the vocal folds can be held in a certain position that they don't want to be held in. It's just like holding a pencil on your middle finger. Does everybody else have a callus on their middle finger from holding their pencil and rubbing it? Well, guess what happens to the folds when they're held in a position for a long period of time? They get a blister, i.e. they get nodules. And that a lot of musical theater singers have nodules from doing that. And it's, you can sing around them. Lots of people do. But do you really want that in your life? I don't think so. Nobody wants that. So, Julia, I love that you're clapping over there. So, stay out of the chest voice for now. When you get a little older, 27, 28, 29, and you notice that your hormones are starting to change, and you'll notice because your skin will change, your hair will change, the way you feel in your body is going to change, then you can start adding the chest. Until then, try to think of it in terms of percentages. Try to think of a 70-30 mix or an 80-20 mix of head voice with a little chest voice, so that the bottom has some color, but in your 20s, it's not going to have that full dramatic chest voice sound. So think about it in terms of percentages, right? Maybe if you're 25, you only want 10 to 20% chest, right? Just think about it like that and try to stay out as much as you can. I don't know if you guys know Sandra Ravinovsky. She's a wonderful woman, good friend, love her a lot. And she's done a lot for me coming up in the last couple of years in the business. And I study with her coach now, and it's wonderful. Sandra never used that chest, never. She didn't until the last several years when she started getting into heavier rep like Aida and Tosca. But when she did the bel canto repertoire, she never used that chest. And she said that it's because she wanted to keep the top healthy. And she has a point, you know. There is something to be said about just keeping it nice and high and happy so that the top is always even and free and not really dipping down into that chest voice too much. And she just turned 50 and she really just started using it in the last 4 or 5 years. Okay. Now, I don't believe with that. It's fine that she believes that, and I applaud her for it. I love the chest voice. I love to use it. It makes me happy in my heart. And I have found a way to do it incredibly freely. It should match the rest of the voice. It should be free, it should be open, and it shouldn't tire you. If it tires you, you're doing it wrong. You're pressing at it or pushing air or grabbing or something like that. It should be easy, just like everything else. So you can be of both minds. Both are right. If you want to stay, if you're a coloratura soprano, you want to stay out of the chest voice, stay out of the chest voice. If you want to add a little bit of it in Queen of the Night because she is a dramatic character, add a little. But think about that mix. Think about a 70-30 mix. Think about a 60-40 mix. Don't go 100% chest as if you were singing like Aida or Trovatore or something like that, right? If I'm singing Norma, I'm not singing it the same way that I'm singing something like Tosca because it's built differently, right? Tosca, if I don't have Saginio di Demone, there's no power in Act 2 when she's yelling at his face, right? So I need that chest voice. I can't Saginio di Demone. I have no power, right? So I need that. But if in Castariva, I don't want to dip down into the chest voice for some of the lower things, I can keep it in head voice and I can choose to do that. So I say to Zuly that she can use that chest because A, she's a dramatic voice. She's a dramatic soprano, and it is expected of her that she use that chest voice. Same thing with Anna. It is expected of Anna that she use that chest voice because she is a dramatic voice. Number 2, they're both old enough. They're both over 30. And they have gone through the hormonal change that happens right around 30 to allow that chest voice to open. But with both of them, you will notice, I've told them to not press on it, and I've told them to stretch and relax down into it in a free and organic way. And allow the breath to spin exactly the same way as it does up in the top, which is why I give the exercise 2 octaves, because if it's free and organic on the bottom, it's going to be free on the top. If it's being pushed on the bottom, the top's going to sound like crap. You know what I'm saying? If you push at the top, you won't be able to come back down. You won't have enough air. So that 2 octave exercise really shows you how you can connect the chest voice with the rest of the voice and do it in a healthy way for you. Now, Robin, I don't know that I would tell Robin to use full-blown chest voice because she's got an upper extension that we don't want to lose yet because she's in her 20s. You know, I'm done singing Queen of the Night. I'm not singing high Fs anymore. So if I sing low Fs, it's okay. It's not going to hurt me. But maybe Robin wants to sing Manuel someday and she needs the E natural. So I would tell her to stay out of that chest voice for the time being. Melanie, I would say a little bit differently. Melanie, I'd say, If the chest voice feels natural for her, she can dip down into it for the dramatic coloratura roles for the queens and things like that, because you do need to have a little bit of that drama and a little bit of forcefulness to it, you know? It's different for every person, but if you are in your 20s, in your early 20s, stay out as much as you can. And when you feel like you need something for dramatic effect, think of a percentage. Think of a 70-30 mix, a 60-40 mix, something like that. Does that make sense? Yeah? Cool. I saw another question that I liked up here. Hold on one second. Is it okay to use a heavier mix instead of pure chest in the lower register if it feels free and easy even in the early 20s? Katerina, yes, 100%. Think of those percentages. So if you're a mezzo-soprano, obviously, you are going to have a higher percentage of chest voice than a coloratura soprano, right? So if you're in your 20s and you're a mezzo, you're going to be in the chest. That's where mezzos go in and out of there all the time. Even if you're like a Rosina mezzo, she's got low A's. Yeah. So you can't sing a low A in head voice. You have to have a mixed chest voice. You have to have some sort of percentage of chest in it in order for it to be heard over the orchestra, right? So if you're a mezzo-soprano, you're going to be in the chest voice, but learn how to produce it freely. And so it's not being pushed at, it's not being shoved at or air pushed at it. Because I'll tell you, pushing air at the folds and creating too much pressure, the balance of pressure of air compression is a fine line. When we saw Kate get those amazing high notes, and you saw her kind of, her body moving like this because she could feel the back, that was very balanced compression, and you could see it in her body. This was loose and free, the back was nice and happy, everything was good. If I would see like her face getting red or the head shaking or some veins starting to pop out in the neck, that's the signal to me that there's too much pressure being pushed at the folds. And what happens then is the underside of the folds can actually get swollen. So you could go to an ENT and he can look down and say, oh, I don't see any swelling, and still have an issue, because you can damage the underside of the fold by shoving air. We don't want to do that. The balance of air compression is super important. That's why I say get into those back muscles, get yourself a physical therapy band, and get yourself really reliant on the body so that you're not pushing air, you're just compressing it evenly to keep the voice moving for the entirety of the phrase. It's a fine line of balance, and it takes a long time to get to. Trust me. I just turned 40 and I feel like I just figured it out. So you guys are ahead of the game by a lot, okay? So yes, you can use a different mix for different voice types, things like that. For those going through the change and in fact change box, how do you suggest approaching new repertoire, i.e. full lyric to lyric mezzo? With exactly the same thing we've been talking about today. Open throat, low larynx, open pharynx, open space. Use a lot of and e. So don't do shallow e. Not gonna help you. E. That's gonna help you because that's low, happy, relaxed larynx and bright resonance for the E vowel. So it's that French little y, which is a mixture of oo and e. All right. So if you're changing fa, it's exactly the same thing. Explore multiple registers at once to feel how you go in and out of those things. Exploring something like and feel yourself go in and out of the chest and up into the primo passaggio. That's a great exercise. And you can move it anywhere. I'm in the primo passaggio to the secondo passaggio and back down again. You can feel how the voice works in all of those different registers, as long as it's free and open and supported with air. Does that make sense? Yes, I saw one more question and then we will wrap up the class. let's see, wait, I saw it. What's the first vocalize you do on a normal practicing day? Every single day, hi Julia, every single day I start with straw phonation. It's the very first thing that I do. Get yourself a fat bubble tea straw. Straw phonation for anybody who has never seen it before. Ingo Tietze is a voice scientist and came up with a method of basically massaging the edges of the folds, and also a way to train young singers to get the vocal folds to close completely in the back. This is important if you're teaching an 18-year-old singer, a 19-year-old singer, 20-year-old singer, because especially women, they always have a gap at the back. Don't know why, we're just built that way. Straw phonation gets that gap closed. So with a big straw, you can use water or no water. I use no water with the big straw, but you can totally use and blow into a cup of water with bubbles. The big straw is to feel the massage on the edges. So you want to make sure the larynx is nice and low, and I start in a very low register. And I don't know if you can see my larynx sort of going up and down. Basically, it's shaping the vocal tract to be ready for singing. It massages the edges. If you've had a rough day, if you've had a long day of singing and you're feeling tired, when you get home, straw phonation, because it massages those edges and it will take that swelling down that's come up over the course of the day. Then I start taking this up. So then I start going. And I make sure that the folds are closing on every single note. Then you can keep with the big straw, or you can switch to a smaller straw. Coloraturas, sometimes coloraturas like a coffee stirrer size straw. I don't know why, I don't like it, but some people do. And it will give you that little teeny tiny, and that will show you if the folds are swollen, if your breath is not working quite right that day, if you have allergies, things like that. Or you can use a regular drinking straw and get the same kind of feeling. You can also use if you don't have a straw, you can use a v. I feel an like an OE sound in the throat and a v in the lips, and you can go and that'll give you exactly the same feeling as straw phonation without the straw. Some people like the water because when you blow the bubbles, you can see if your breath is actually pressurized correctly, or if the bubbles start bouncing out of the cup, you're overblowing, which means you're pushing air at the folds. Making sense? So every day I start here. Secondly, lip trill. Next thing is lip trills all the way up to high C, C sharp, D, E flat, all the way back down. Lip trills will literally prove to you if your air is pressurized correctly or not. Because if it's not, it'll stop, and we all know that. We've been there, right? We're like, okay? If the breath is pressurized correctly, all the way up and all the way down. Yes? I like to feel very nice, relaxed larynx. So it's kind of an OE in the throat with a very bright frontal E kind of place where I feel this tickle right here on my lip. Okay, and that's every day. Then I go into the little Y, E, E. Then I open up to the O, and get everything warmed up nice and slowly. It takes 10 to 15 minutes or so. Yeah. And if you're if you're singing every day, which you should be, if it's free and everything is working properly, you can sing every day and you will be able to sing every day. Every day, if you're singing every day, 10 to 15 minutes to warm up is pretty normal. If you're not singing every day, it's gonna take longer. It's just like if you run marathons. If you run marathons and you're training for a marathon, makes it easy to run the next day, right? Because you're running a couple miles here, a couple miles here, a couple miles there. You stop running, 2 days later, you can't run. and you feel terrible because the muscles tighten and all that other wonderful stuff. These are muscles. They're exactly the same as your leg muscles if you're a runner. If you're a runner and you're running for a marathon and you don't run at least a mile the day before the marathon, guess what? Your legs are going to hurt. It's going to be hard, right? So you want to make sure that, and on your day off, which I always take a day off during the week, I always take Sunday off, but I still vocalize. I still do 10 minutes of strophonation, lip trills, light vocalizing, so that on Monday, it's not a pain in the ass for me to try to warm up again, because it will be if you don't sing for a day. It's really the science right now. It's what people are saying. It's what ENTs are saying, really, to keep the folds nice and malleable, flexible, fresh every day. Even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes of vocalizing every day. Okay, you guys, this has been amazing. I am so happy that you all are here. Again, next week will be David Lomeli, and we will work together to hear 5 different singers. And you all hear this first. This information will not go out until Monday on social media. So if you want to audit the class with David Lomeli, you have the first chance to send the emails, masterclass@fwopera.org. Also, I want to say that if you want to keep this content coming, and we want to keep giving it to you, we would love it if anyone on the call who is able to, if you're not able to, please do not worry. We want to keep this as a free service for everyone. If anyone is able on the call to donate to Fort Worth Opera, please go to the link. Ryan is gonna put it into the chat for you. Even if you can give $3, $5, whatever, it's gonna help us keep this content coming to you all summer long, and hopefully open up more spots for auditors, keep guests coming, keep us answering your emails and everything like that. It's gonna keep this content coming. So if you can, please do donate a couple bucks. If you can't, don't worry about it. We are not asking you to pay for this class. We want it to stay free for you. But if you can give us a couple bucks, we would be super appreciative at Fort Worth Opera. Everyone is going through it right now, we know. And we just want to be able to keep everything coming to you all through the summer. And so if you can, please do. If you can't, do not worry. Do not feel guilty. No pressure whatsoever. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Robin, Melanie, Anna, Kate, and Zuly. Everybody, you did amazing, amazing work today. Thank you to everyone for your very positive and inspirational chats that keep popping up. I love you. The fact that you are all supporting each other just makes my heart happy. And I thank you all for that. Thank you. And thank you for being wonderful participants. And I can look at your faces and see you nodding and applauding and happy. And I love you. So thank you so, so much. Ryan, is there anything you want to say before we sign off?
Much love to you. You're always brilliant. And
oh, thanks, honey.
Thank you. Brava, brava, brava. Robin, Melanie, Anna, Kate, and Zuly. You sounded absolutely incredible.
Amazing, all of you. Really, all of you.
Everybody who joined us today. We hope to see you again in the weeks ahead, and we hope you have a fabulous weekend.
Yes, have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.